Well, we're back up here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan at our cabin. We have a lot to do this trip, and we're going to get as much of that done as we possibly can. We have a little bit more insulation to put on the interior, and then we're going to side the interior. Part of it's going to be pine tongue and groove. The bedroom and the accent wall on the outside of the bedroom is going to be board and batten. I want it to look kind of like an old fish house from years ago. It will be plywood, and after it's installed, we'll put the battens on there, and then we'll get it all painted. We've got a light green paint we're going to paint on it. I also want to get some of the electrical finished. I started that the first time up, running the wires, then I put the outlets and the switches on. But I want to get it set up so it's connected to our panels, and then we can run a 30 amp plug out of that panel to a generator for now for temporary power inside. And eventually we're going to set up a solar system in the back. Got to clear a few trees out. But anyway, there's a lot to do and a short time to do it. So go ahead and follow along with me and I'll show you what I'm doing. We're almost done with the tongue and groove on the walls in here, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Pretty much got all the electrical in last time we were up last fall, and everything's connected except this last receptacle, which I'll get here in a few minutes. But we're kind of tired of running the power in from the generator through the window because it creates this nasty mess of cord all over the place. It's easy to trip over. I picked up this 25-foot 10-gauge 30-amp extension cord from Harbor Freight. It had this flat end on it. You'll notice that I've cut this flat end off. I'm going to temporarily wire this into my panel on the outside, and that way I can have power at all my outlets in here and get rid of that octopus on the floor there that's tripping me up. This is an exterior 6-space 100 amp service panel. This cabin is completely off-grid. There'll never be power out here unless you set up a solar array or run off of a generator. The closest power lines to this place are about 8 miles away. Unless you want to create your own power via solar or generator, you'll never have it out here. Right now I'm setting this up to run off of a generator because I don't have a solar array up yet. And that's going to be temporary, which is an easy fix. I have a couple of things going on with this. One, it will be running off of a solar array and a generator backup. I didn't need a huge panel that had a bunch of breaker slots in it. We don't need that many inside. So I got this smaller one that will hold 6 breakers. And yes, I understand that you have 3 on one leg, 3 on another. If you understand electricity, most of the time there's 220 running into these. They're split and they're balanced out, and that's the way it needs to be on grid. Off grid, you're running off of a solar system that's only going to be producing 120. There'll never be like a dryer in here or an electric heater that requires that. This is normally where you run your 2 hots coming in. You run it on this lug and you run it on this lug because they're separate. Well, I'm only going to have 1 hot coming in because it's 120, but I want to use all 6 breakers. There's just no 220 outlets in the cabin, so what I'm going to do is put a jumper from here around over to here so it charges all of these. The only thing you want to do is put a note on it inside the panel that this is 110, 120 only and not 220. That way later on, if someone wants to come in and change that, they could pull the jumper and then run 220 into it if they ever decided to run a dryer or something that would need it inside. I'm not going to tighten this up until I get my cable run up through the bottom and connected. I'm going to go ahead and install this grounding bar to the panel. Get that one started. And then we'll get this bottom one in. I know this may be a little overkill, but always leave your wires long enough that you can make your connections, and maybe even leave a little bit in there in case you need to move something around sometime later down the road. Get this tape cut off. All my lighting in this cabin is LED. It'll never see the amount of power on them that your average house has today. That's why they have these separate for every bedroom, separate for everything. In here, these LED lights use just a fraction of the power, so I could actually run a couple different circuits on each one of these because they'll never use the full potential of the thing. And that way I can leave a couple of open breakers on this, so if I ever decide to add something at a later date, either inside or outside, I can do that. I've got each one of these labeled as to where they go, what they are. That way when I get them connected, I can write on the panel where it goes. Just makes things safer, and it's actually supposed to be done that way. I still got to add 2 light fixtures that will hang above a kitchen island. The second switch will operate them. All the outlets are working. Been a little warm out. Nice to have a little air conditioner in here. We have a living room light, and right outside we have a light that looks like a flickering candle. What do you think of the outside light? Still using the outside kitchen.
Yep.
Well, that's it on the cabin electrical system. If you're new here and like the content, please consider subscribing. I have been building this cabin over the past couple of years, and if you're interested in it, you can go back into my channel and check out some of the other videos on it. And if you're a subscriber, thanks for checking in. I appreciate the comments and the support. It's because of you this channel is growing. I really do appreciate you all. I have a couple more videos coming out shortly that will be showing the interior build and some of the stuff I'm doing on the composting outhouse. Hey, thanks again for watching. Make your life an adventure, and God bless.